think about what is your favorite villain in any franchise of all time. What is your favorite bad guy?
I'd say Darth Vader. Darth Vader is the most intimidating over all of them. I'd say he's the number one bad guy out of all bad guys.
Okay, and what makes Darth Vader so intimidating?
Ooh, he's scary. He's unstoppable. And he looks awesome. Anytime he shows up, you just feel that cold, oh no, Darth Vader's here. They keep doing that these days.
It's also got a mask.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about big bads.
Right. How are we supposed to make big bads as intimidating as they can possibly be?
So, without further ado...
Big bad! Big bad.
All right, so today we're going to talk about how we make our big bads, how we show them early on, and how we kind of build up to them throughout the campaign to the point where the party is ready to go. They're excited. This fight's going to be awesome. They know these people are strong. Mm-hmm. How do we do this?
Yes, there are some risks, so we'll be weighing out the strengths of doing this and how to do it right, and be sure to avoid the risks of accidentally TPKing, accidentally making the big bads weak, all those stuffs.
So, step one.
Uno.
Foreshadow your big bads.
Yes.
Foreshadow them early, foreshadow them often. Foreshadow them for the whole campaign.
Give them shadows, and make sure that they're strong shadows.
4 shadows. Every big bad needs 4 shadows.
Yes.
No, so basically, even from the very beginning of the campaign, maybe your party runs into some thugs that are part of this massive cult, and they start to get a little bit of information about, oh, this cult has been plaguing this land for 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. Or they get the symbol of the cult, like, what does that symbol mean? And then they find out later that it's the symbol of the big bad.
Right. The fire cult that you're fighting, one of them, as he's dying, he's like, the fire demon will consume you all.
And there's like, the fire demon.
Who the heck is that?
Or like maybe they're trying to get information out of this thug before they like end his life. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm more afraid of the Dark Lord than I am of you. And he like takes a poison pill and dies. And they're like, what? Or even like maybe they walk into a town and half the town is destroyed, and they start asking around, what happened here?
Adventurer, we were all attacked. The demon.
And turns out, like, the big bad just walked through town, wiped out half the town, and left. And so they see the aftermath. Showing aftermath without actually showing the creature itself builds suspense, builds, like, foreshadowing for a future fight. Mm-hmm. So, one reason that Darth Vader, you said was your favorite, is so intimidating and so cool is that his very presence is already enough. Like his reputation is enough to make people afraid.
You hear his breathing and you know, I only know one person who breathes that way. Mm-hmm. Right.
So, foreshadowing is very important for our big bads, but also having an early introduction is possible, but it's difficult.
Yes.
So here are a couple ways it could go. For starters, maybe the big bad walks through town and you notice all the townsfolk are afraid and they hide in their homes.
Mm-hmm. The party could be like at a tavern and then suddenly they see all the windows getting shut and everybody's hiding, and this is how they'll be able to first interact with them.
Yeah, and like the tavern member is going to be like, hey, get away from the window. Don't let them see you. They'll kill you immediately.
Mm-hmm. The evil overlord's in town. We don't want to mess with this.
And so they can see from a distance. Maybe they see them like have a conversation and then like annihilate someone and then teleport out.
And they're like, another job done.
And they watch as in magic, they all teleport out. And then the party's there, like, they start asking questions of the townsfolk. Like, who are those? They just murdered someone in the town streets.
If you want there to be still an interaction, like a combat interaction, you could have the big bad teleport in with a bunch of like minions and an underling, and then kill the guy and then teleport out, but the minions stay.
and now the party is fighting the minions.
Right.
And that's also a super great introduction to a campaign. Maybe that's your initial plot hook. Maybe your party is getting together and Big Bad comes into town. He teleports in with some minions, kills whoever it is that has wronged him, and says, "Minions, make short work of this town," and then leaves.
Yeah. That's a heck of an awesome introduction.
And that is going to pull your players into this plot real fast. And if your players, I know a lot of you are going to ask in the comments, what if my players try to fight the Big Bad right then? Are they just going to TPK?
Yep, that is a big scary thing, and we're going to give you some tips.
Yeah.
What's the first? Help.
Thanks. So the first tip is going to be, first of all, your players at this point are so insignificant to your Big Bad. Maybe he doesn't even think it's worth his time to kill them. Maybe he shows his strength and he one-shots one of your players. They're making death saves, and then he just walks away.
Right.
And then your players, if they want to try to fight him, they can. But a lot of D&D players are going to be like, okay, we're going to let him go, and we're going to save our friend. Or maybe he puts two of your party into death saves, and he's like, you can either follow me or you can save your friends. And then he walks.
Right. Useful if you got a Big Bad that likes spell casting, you could use a command and say, run. And have a mass cast on all of them. Some of them it won't work on, but some of them it will, and it's going to be super thematic to have just a Big Bad instill the hugest fear onto some players, and they'll roleplay as, go, we gotta get the heck out of here!
Yeah, so throughout the campaign, foreshadow your Big Bad. Also, maybe they see him from a distance, maybe they meet him early, and they're just not strong enough to even think about actually trying to fight him. And throughout that time, you're building suspense, you're building plot and story as your party is interacting with your bad guys. And it just makes it really fun for your players and really also shows them where to go, shows them what to do.
Yes.
Like, okay, we got to stop this guy.
And they'll know when it's actually the final fight, or when they're going to fight the Big Bad, they know the stakes, they know the devastation that they've had on towns nearby. Yeah. They'll know that is an impact, and there'll be emotional weight in that fight.
Yeah, and the other tip that we had for you guys is if you want to have a middle of campaign fight with the Big Bad, you can do that too.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of times, especially some good examples are liches and vampires.
Yep.
So if you kill a lich and you didn't know anything about its phylactery, spoilers for those of you who don't know about liches, and you didn't know anything about its phylactery, all of a sudden, maybe you kill the lich, and the last thing they hear as they kill the lich is, "I'll be back soon." And so the lich respawns with their phylactery, and now he's ready for them. He's stronger, maybe.
You can incorporate, he would decide, oh, these people are actually a threat. They killed me once before. Let's figure out how to be better next time. I'll have an anti-magic field around me to protect me, stuff like that.
Nice, yeah. So basically what we've done is we've taken our Big Bad and we've made him a middle of campaign boss and an end boss, which is just really fun as a recurring bad guy. Same with a vampire, they respawn in their coffin, or maybe they have an epic encounter against this Big Bad and they bring a mountain down on top of them or a building or whatever it is, and the rubble comes down. Your party is now in an escape sequence where they're trying to get out of this collapsing mountain. And then later in the campaign, somehow that bad guy survived the collapsing mountain. And they're like, oh, he's back. And it's a big reveal and it's a recurring bad guy.
Right. So don't be afraid to throw them at your parties, especially if they start off weaker and then can become even stronger.
Yeah. So those are some ways to foreshadow your bad guys. Drop them in, name drop them, show them from a distance, show minions, whatever it is. Be continuing to show your party bits and pieces of what's left in their wake throughout the campaign to really build up suspense and make it a really fun campaign and an epic final encounter that your party's going to be talking about for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we got for you today. Be legendary.
Stay resistant and have fun. How do we start?
We start with. So, I don't know.